everybody, welcome back. Jiujitsu2000 here today. I'm coming at you with an interesting video for you today. I've had recently a few people asking me to give my thoughts on the much anticipated upcoming boxing title fight between Floyd Money Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. This fight's coming up on May 2nd. Right now it's May 1st, so the fight's going to happen tomorrow night. Right now I'm at work actually. I'm at my away from home terminal. I'm in the motel room. And I thought that I would take the opportunity right now to go ahead and give some of my thoughts on this matchup, on this fight. I think this is an epic fight. I think it's something that, you know, maybe every century we have a huge fight. And I think this is one of them. I think it's got a lot of magnitude behind it. And I think both fighters involved are just extremely talented individuals, and it's extremely hard for me, honestly, to pick a winner on this fight because I could easily see it going either way. Now, before I get into talking about strategies and things like that, I want to make it perfectly clear that I am by no means a boxing expert, okay? I'm a jiu-jitsu person. I'm a jiu-jitsu fighter. Now, I have boxed in my life in the past, and that was over 20 years ago. So I do have some experience in boxing, and I do have some ideas and concepts about ring savvy and things like that. But to be completely honest with you guys, I was never really that good at boxing to begin with. I was better at jiu-jitsu. But nonetheless, to answer your questions of those who have asked me to do this video, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in on this fight. Now, again, you know, it's May 1st right now. The fight's going to happen tomorrow night. I believe it's at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. I wish I could be there. I think this is going to be an epic fight. It really is. You know, some of the things that are coming to my mind right now is when you look at the two fighters, you've got Floyd Mayweather, who is an orthodox fighter, meaning that he stands with his left hand forward and his power punches in his right hand. Well, if you look at Manny Pacquiao, it's completely the opposite. He's a southpaw fighter, so I believe he's going to be leading with his right hand forward, and his power is in his left hook. Both fighters have impressive records. Floyd Mayweather, gosh, don't quote me, but I believe he's like 46, 47 and 0 or something like that. And to my knowledge, he's had 26 knockouts, I'm guessing. Can't remember, I don't have the facts in front of me, but it's a pretty significant record. And he's had a lot of fights over his career, and he's done a lot of great, wonderful things. Now, if we look at Pacquiao, his record, he had over 57 victories and he had 5 defeats, and he had been stopped before by knockout. He had 3 of them, and on his win column he had 38 knockouts by win. He's a little bit shorter of a fighter. He's not as tall as Mayweather. He's 5'6", and Mayweather's 5'8", so I would guess that reach would be a factor in this fight. Now, one thing that I want to talk about is the age of the fighters. Okay, Floyd Mayweather is coming into this fight 47 and 0, and he's 38 years old. Manny Pacquiao, on the other hand, he's coming into this fight 57 and 5, and he's 36 years old. So he's 2 years younger than Mayweather. Now, some of you out there might be thinking about that. You might be thinking, well, that's not really that significant of a difference. It's only 2 years. But let me tell you this, okay, folks. I'm 40 years old, and I don't feel like I did when I was 36. I'll just put it to you that way. So I do think that age is going to be a factor in this fight. Some of you out there watching might think that I'm crazy, and this is my opinion. I'm not a boxing expert, but I do think that age is going to come into play in this fight. Some of the things that I want to talk about are power. Let's look at the power between these two fighters. If you look at the record that Mayweather has accumulated up and that Pacquiao has came together with, if you look at those records and you look at the amount of knockouts and things like that, it appears to me, just based on numbers alone, that Pacquiao has more power than Mayweather. I think that his chances of winning by knockout or something like that are much higher than Mayweather's. If you look at speed, I believe that Mayweather probably has the edge in speed. I think he can move around a little more, you know, and I think his hands are a little bit faster, and I think he's better at touching people. However, I don't think that those touches necessarily equate to knocking someone out. So I think he's going to be better at scoring points and numbers and things like that because of his speed. I think he's going to get more punches thrown, and I think he's going to land more punches, but I don't think they're going to be significant punches like what what Pacquiao, I believe, is going to be throwing. So if you look at footwork is something that's very, very important in boxing, and I think that footwork is something that's people overlook. Mayweather being a little bit taller, okay, so he, I think, is going to have a little bit more of a reach advantage. But Pacquiao being a little shorter, I still think that Pacquiao takes the edge in the footwork department. And the reason I say that is because if you look at some of his past fights, Pacquiao has been able to surprise taller fighters based on how quick he can cover ground, how fast he can go from point A to point B, and he surprises a lot of guys on how much movement he can possess, and that's all a direct result of his good footwork. I think he has the edge in footwork. Now, if you want to talk about gas tank, who's got the stamina, who can go into the later rounds, man, I think that's kind of a draw. I think, but you know, man, they both have heart. They both have gas. I think gas tank. I've got to go with Pacquiao. He's younger. He's 2 years younger, and I think it's going to come to a difference in the gas tank. I think Pacquiao has the edge there. But it's not a big significant edge. I think it's a very small difference, but I think he would possess the edge in the gas tank. Ring smarts. Intelligence. Who's the more cerebral fighter? Man, that's a hard one. I want to go with Pacquiao based on his experience, but I think I'm actually going to give the edge to smarts, to cerebral, to Mayweather. The reason I'm going to give it to Mayweather is because I think Mayweather knows how to win that victory. I think he knows how to win. I think he knows how to score, and I think he's a decision fighter. I don't think he's the kind of guy that's going to go out there and move forward and try to take the guy out. So I think that's a smart fighter right there. He's going to go win on numbers. If you look at heart, who has the I'm not going to be broken attitude? Who has the you are not going to beat me mental approach? I think that's Pacquiao. I don't think Pacquiao is going to be beaten. You know, I guess what I mean by that is I don't think Mayweather's going to do anything that's going to trump Pacquiao's ability to continue to move forward. I've seen Pacquiao take tremendous punishment and keep moving forward. For Mayweather to win this fight, I think he's going to have to stop Pacquiao. Now, if you look at the chin, who's got the better chin? That's a hard one. In my opinion, Mayweather has a better chin, and it's because he hasn't had it tested as much as Pacquiao has. And it's just a difference in their styles of the way they fight. Pacquiao seems to be the kind of guy that bites down on his mouthpiece, keeps his head down and his hands up, and he moves forward and he throws punches. And he is going to fight you. He's not in there to play a numbers game and win a decision. Mayweather's looking to build a legacy. He's 47-0, and he would love to make this number 48. And I think Mayweather is a safer fighter. I think he's going to move around and dance around the ring and go 12 rounds. And I think he's going to end up, if it goes to a decision, winning. Now, where does that come back to the chin? Mayweather knows how to dance around. He knows how to cut the angles. He knows how to use the ring. And I think that's important that he does that in this fight. Pacquiao, I don't think, has the chin because it's been tested, and that's because he goes down on his shield. He's a warrior, and he swings for the fences, and he moves forward, and I love him for that. I think Pacquiao is a stud, and I think he's I think that's an amazing quality. But chin, he's had his chin tested. He's been KO'd again, what was it, 3 times or something like that in his career. Experience. If you look at the experience of the two fighters, Pacquiao has more fights. He's got more rounds in. He's got more experience, and I think that edge goes to Pacquiao. Excuse me. Now, I think there's a couple of things that they have in common. And what I mean by that is opponents. They have both fought Oscar de la Hoya. Mayweather fought Oscar de la Hoya in May of 2005, and he won a split decision against Oscar de la Hoya. Pacquiao fought him in December of 2008, and he stopped de la Hoya. In fact, if I remember correctly, it was De La Hoya's corner that basically stopped it after the 8th round. They didn't want the fight to continue. Oscar was taking a lot of damage, and I think that's, if you look at the two fighters and the common opponent, I think Pacquiao won more decisively. It wasn't a split decision victory like Mayweather had. Now, there's another opponent that they both had that I think a lot of people are overlooking, and that's Sugar Shane Mosley. He fought Floyd Mayweather in May of 2010, and Mayweather won a unanimous decision. And then he fought Pacquiao in May of 2011, a year later, and Pacquiao won a unanimous decision. So Shane Mosley lost to both of these guys, Pacquiao and Mayweather, by the same means. It was 12 rounds of boxing, and both guys were able to get the edge on Sugar Shane. So I think my final thoughts on this fight, if I had to pick a winner, man, this is an extremely hard fight to pick. I think for Pacquiao to win the fight, I think he's going to have to do that gritty style that he has, and he's going to have to bite down on his mouthpiece, move forward, chin down, hands up, and I think he's going to have to swing punches. And I think he's going to need to touch Mayweather, and I think he's going to put him down if he touches him. And I think, the further this fight goes into the rounds, I think the more edge Mayweather's going to have, because Mayweather is, again, he's trying to build that legacy, and I think the further the fight goes on, I think it's going further into Mayweather's his edge. So if it goes to a decision, I believe that Mayweather could win that decision. So I think if the fight's going to be stopped, it's going to be stopped. Pacquiao's going to knock him on his butt, and I think he's going to end the fight. Now, with all of that stuff being said, who do I think is going to win the fight? Who do I want to win the fight? Well, who do I want to win the fight is Manny Pacquiao, for several reasons, personal reasons. On a personal level, I'm a Christian, he's a Christian, he is a man of faith. He's came from nothing, and now he has, a chance at everything. And I think Mayweather has had, everything handed to him his whole life. I'm not saying he's not a hard worker. I think he's talented, but I think he talks a little too much, and I think he's not humble enough. And so on a personal level, I think Pacquiao needs to win this fight. I would love to see him win this fight. Who has more power? Again, I talked about that earlier. I think Pacquiao's going to win this fight. I think Pacquiao's going to win this fight by knockout. I think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to go to the decision. I think Pacquiao's going to reach out there and he's going to touch him. He's got that heart. He's got that ability to go down on his shield. If this fight is going to be stopped, it's going to be either Pacquiao knocks Mayweather out, or Mayweather can't continue, or there's going to be a cut or something. I just don't see that happening with Mayweather to Pacquiao, because Mayweather doesn't seem to have that aggressive, I'm not going to be broken mental mindset. He's not out there to finish you. He's out there to win a numbers game. So my choice, personal-wise and professional-wise, I think Manny Pacquiao on this fight, hands down. So anyway, I want to say thanks for watching. I hope it wasn't too long-winded. Please feel free to comment on this video, like this video, share this video. If you like the content on my channel, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. And we'll see you at the fight tomorrow night. Good luck, Pacquiao. Let's go get him. Bye.